Yeah, so what this is telling me is that, like, don't let this Nine of Swords energy become your prophecy. But I do get a sense of feeling that you will be moving into this transition once you achieve that sense of clarity, once this information that you've been kind of pestering over comes to your awareness, whether that is self-inflicted, you search for it yourself, or it comes to you naturally, you're going to go into a state of transition. This is telling me you're leaving behind and moving towards calmer waters. I mean, you could possibly be relocating, you could be leaving a relationship as a result from this information, you could be changing your career, but it's a rite of passage, this shift mentally. It's going from 9 to 10 of Swords to, you know what, I'm going to go to the 6 of Swords. But the 6 of Swords isn't a force. You are not forced to get on that boat, you know? This is you. You chose to do that. And I think you're just going to be letting go of what's holding you back in your past and the circumstances that were kind of keeping you in this toxic, like, mental anguish. Because, I get, these are heavy energies, guys. 9 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. And the Judgment. I mean, the Judgment itself, the Judgment card is about a higher level of consciousness. It's an awakening, and it's a call to action for you to rise above a frequency of where you are right now, and to make logical decisions that require you to possibly bend some of your beliefs for the sake of peace. It's a divine intervention. This is also, the card about returning to past lovers, but I'm not getting that. It's about healing and leaving the past behind and releasing kind of guilt and sadness about your past. And it's like a purging, I'm going to clarify this King of Cups. Clarify this King of Cups for Sagittarius. 6 of Pentacles. Clarify this Judgment card for Sagittarius. Strength, yeah. Clarify this 5 of Pentacles. Tell me more about this 5 of Pentacles for Sagittarius, August 2020. Why is the 5 of Pentacles here? Clarify. Whoa. Wow. The World, the Temperance, the Tower. Guys, you are going through a major shift right now. You see that? This 5 of Pentacles, you walking away from something is going to put an end to some toxicity. The Tower, it's a massive change, it's a destruction, but it's also a rebirth. I think sometimes we need to get to this dark night of the soul for us to complete this cycle and to wash away the things that are binding us. It's the clarity that you need. It's the only way you go from a 10 of Swords. It's the Tower, the 10 of Swords, and then the Ace of Swords, which is that victory. It's I've pierced through to the other side, I think you're just letting go of false assumptions, mistrust, like any illusions. I think if this isn't romance, this is you. I think that you are kind of fed up with the circumstances in your life and certain things that have left you feeling abandoned, and you've been coming from a place of lack. If this is romance, possibly you might be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces that was just not reciprocating. It wasn't fulfilling. They were breadcrumbing you. They were ambiguous. They didn't communicate to you clearly, and you're searching for that. There's some blockages in communication, and you've been You've been trying to pierce through that veil and this fog that's keeping you in this Nine of Swords energy, because you're over it. But I mean, if the message is, if there's anything here, is, I mean, looking at the major arcana themselves, the Strength, Judgment, the World, Temperance, it's you need to get through this era. I think August is going to be a heavy energy for you, but it's going to be the necessary change for you to be able to get out of this rut that you've been in recently. You know, the Temperance is about patience and balance and moderation. It talks about you remaining calm and being patient as you force through resistance. And it's a card about recovery and managing your emotions, and kind of tuning in more of this Queen of Swords energy. I mean, this is why, like, you came in the pre-shuffle. I really think this is you. This is the energy that you're going to be going into in August. It's like, no more bullshit. I'm done. Like, this is not serving me. I know that what is coming for me is going to be abrupt, it's going to be drastic, but I'm going to get on that boat and I'm going to move away from it, because it's not serving me anymore. And it's, you know, you have a long-term vision. You know that. That's why this is the first card that fell. You have a vision of what you know you want. And I think right now, in this like last bit of July, early August, you're kind of preparing for for that storm to come. And you are manifesting and gathering up your strength so that you can overcome the next few phases. I think you know more than I do what this change is about. I'm going to clarify this Knight of Swords. What's the Knight of Swords for Sagittarius? Why is the Knight of Swords here? The Empress. Clarify this Queen of Swords. Tell me more about this Queen of Swords. King of Swords. This is literally the pre-shuffle. Yeah. Okay. 5 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You know, I want to be honest about what I see in the cards that fall, and I'm not going to say like, oh, this is a divine counterpart and there's going to be a resurrection. No. Honey, this next phase is going to be challenging for some of you. Obviously, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If this message isn't for you, this could be for a very specific group of Sagittariuses here. But this King and Queen of Swords was dying to come out. And what this is telling me is that there is going to be an ultimate decision possibly to move away from a relationship. Or that has just been, it's a long time due. It's long overdue. Yeah. And you're just going to be putting in that work for you to build that strength to finally leave. And to really regain that strength, that inner strength within yourself. You know, that Empress energy. This is like fertility. This is the nurturer. This is, you know, the Empress is the queen of all queens. It's femininity. It's abundance. You know, you've been in a place of lack and you've been kind of fed up with that. And, you know, 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. That's not an Ace of Pentacles. That's not a 10 of Pentacles. It's a strong, you know, you're trying to create beauty in your life and connect with your senses and discovering different approaches to express yourself and your mentality and what aligns with who you are. You're in a growth period and you've been dreaming about this. There's this heavy energy. I think the messages here are really clear. You need to get grounded. This August, prepare yourself mentally. There's a lot of mental confusion and you need to devise a plan to look in and figure out your next steps, and build up that strength to be able to go and move steadfast into this clarity that you've been seeking. Because you're going to have to make a decision to move away from that energy one way or another. And once you do get that strength to get on that boat and move away, whether that's literally or metaphorically, it's going to bring an end to this, and because you're over that. I mean, this is also a lot of, travel indicators and moving really quickly. I'm going to clarify this Three of Wands. Clarify this Three of Wands for Sagittarius, August 2020. Clarify this Three of Wands for Sagittarius, August. Queen of Pentacles. Yep. Yeah. Magician and the Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is Virgo energy. This is you going into you are looking for the tangible. You want to restructure your environment and come into full power of your destiny. Whether this is career oriented or this is relationship wise, I think you want a sense of independence, and you're not, I don't see a lot of Sagittarius. I mean, I have Temperance is Sagittarius, but I'm getting more that you are kind of putting your emotions aside. There's no cups here on this reading. So this is telling me that you are focused heavily on mentality and the tangible. So your environment and your cognition are the things of focus for this coming month. The Queen of the Pentacles is also nurturer, but it's practicality. It's providing financially. It's the self-sufficient, independent, bad bitch woman. When you're embodying this ultimate archetype, this responsibility for yourself to make a living and create this abundance, this Empress abundance, and maintain a healthy balance between yourself, your home, your life, your relationships. And I think it's important for you to be able to live independently. I think you're coming from that space, and that space where you've been, maybe economically speaking, you haven't been doing very well. You could have been laid off, and you're searching for that. And I know that this next period of your life where you do take that risk to move away from what is no longer serving you is going to require you to muster up that and embody that Empress, that Queen of Pentacles, and that Queen of Swords energy. And so I really think that this August, Sagittarius, you guys are going to be putting in the work, but it's going to be rewarding, because you do not want this Nine of Swords to be your self-fulfilling prophecy. You want to be this Queen of Pentacles and this Empress. That is who you want, and that's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. So you need the strength to put an end to the cycle of toxicity, mental anguish, of financial instability. Cut out the things that no longer serve you. Move away from people, maybe, once the truth is out. And be prepared for this next phase in your life, if that's one simple way of explaining it. So I'm going to go ahead and do a final advice. I use the same deck. I don't have oracle cards. I don't really like them as much. I feel like they don't speak to me as clearly as tarot do. And so just to conclude the reading, to give you kind of like that last take-home message. Yeah, Sagittarius, this is heavy, but I believe in you, Saggies. I think that this is something that you might have needed to hear, and I hope that you get that message, and it inspires you to go and search for that future and that life that you really do deserve and want, and to not allow fear and angst and self-limiting beliefs to keep you from navigating towards that destiny of yours that you desire. messages for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is their advice? Yep. Ah, beautiful, guys. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Two of Wands, Ace of Cups. Exactly what this means. Once you get into this Queen of Pentacles energy, this nurturer, this independence, this I know what I deserve and I know that what I'm worth, and I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to plan for it, and I'm going to move fast into that direction so that I can get that sense of fulfillment, that love. Maybe this romance, this relationship you're in is not giving you an Ace of Cups. You want the 10 of Cups. That's what you're looking for. Your advice is to go within and focus on the tangible, the things in your life that you know that need to be grounded, and move towards that. Plan for it so that you can manifest this Ace of Cups. This is what you want, and this is what you'll get once you channel this energy. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that these messages helped you. And if it resonated with you, let me know. I hope that this journey in August is going to be one that serves you.